say it's sort of speculative. I didn't think that he would have finished his homework by now. I mean, I'm using the past and the subjunctive, but it is also a speculation. I didn't think.
But the subjunctive is uncertainty.
Oh, right. Ah, yeah.
Because if you're certain about it,
Yeah. It's
then you would use indicative.
the affirmative, or yeah.
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 But you wouldn't use the subjunctive. The subjunctive is toujours dans la spéculation, la certitude, le doute. Euh, et, et le subjonctif sert à ça. Et il y a certaines règles. Par exemple, le subjonctif présent. Alors, je ne vais pas m'attarder sur comment le construire parce que c'est assez embêtant. It's rather boring.
Mm.
It's easier to learn them as you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is a terminaison that is always the same, especially in the nous, vous, il plural. It always ion.
Yeah.
Then you have mangiez, nous mangions, vous mangiez, il mange. The il mange is a tricky one because it looks exactly like the indicative.
Yeah.
But you have in front que.
Yeah.
And it's not the que, don't forget, the que is not the bit that introduces the subjunctive. It is the fact that it is either a wish or uncertainty or a thought or something which is not certain.
Right.
So that is what introduces the subjunctive.
Right. Okay.
For example, je souhaite qu'ils viennent en discuter. I wish, and you see in English, we use different forms. We don't use subjunctive per se, but we use a way around it most of the time. I wish he would come and talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if you did in that same example, je souhaite qu'ils viennent en discuter. If you were to run that verb so it becomes the plural, if they as in plural, would that be a je souhaite qu'ils viennent? No, viennent.
Qu'ils viennent, yes, E-N-T.
Right? Viennent, E-N-T.
So it sounds exactly the same.
It sounds exactly the same as the indicative.
Yeah.
But because there is the doubt, I hope, je souhaite.
Yeah.
Then it is for certain subjunctive. But it's written and it sounds exactly the same. Right. Which is
misleading.
it can be quite a trap.
Yeah.
So you have to you have to know from the context.
Exactly, you have to be aware. Yeah.
Par exemple, alors il faut que nous trouvions un refuge, which is a nice way of saying nous trouvions, IONS, and you could also say il faut qu'on trouve un refuge. Yeah. In which case, I don't like the on trouve because it's the impersonal third person, and it's not, doesn't sound as right. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's used extensively. Il faut qu'on trouve, and then on trouve, it's the third line, just the E,
Oh, yeah.
which is exactly the same as the indicative, but with yes.
Sorry. But that example suggests that every time you say il faut que, you follow with the subjunctive. But,
Always. Yeah.
oh, I don't think I'd got that. I don't think I'd grasped that.
Yeah. Il faut
Right.
que is one of those verbs where it's always followed by the subjunctive.
Faut que vous trouviez.
So all those in our previous lessons, before we ever got to the subjunctive, where we say in faut que something or other, we were therefore being wrong.
No. But you were using the subjunctive without knowing.
Ah, I see. I see. Right.
There is, I don't know if you're familiar with, maybe not, with Molière,
Yeah.
Le Bourgeois Gentilhomme,
Yeah.
and Tartuffe,
Yeah.
who is trying to get into the, in French we say, les petits papiers du bourgeois.
Yeah.
And he's using all sort of tactics. And he tells, because they're talking about the poetry and the rhyme, and the Tartuffe tells le bourgeois gentilhomme, sir, but you speak, now the punchline is escaped.
It always does, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's it's oh dear. My brain has gone on holiday.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because well, anyway, so that rather kills my
Point.
my point.
Fine example.
It was a good one, actually, yes.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, I'll have to write to you.
Yeah.
So then, je ne pense pas qu'il puisse. Don't forget. Je pense qu'il peut arriver à l'heure. Do you remember that?
Yes.
The positive, affirmative, is in the indicative, but the negative is in the subjunctive.
Right.
Donc, je ne pense pas qu'il puisse arriver à l'heure. That is because he's a bad driver or whatever.
Yeah.
Il faut qu'il parte. So there you have the il faut again.
Yeah.
Il faut qu'il parte. So if you use the affirmative, you would say ils partent rapidement.
Right.
In other words, they are actually leaving right now. Whereas il faut qu'ils partent rapidement, there's uncertainty and it's in the future. So they are present, but they must leave immediately.
Yeah. Right.
And then another one, je crains qu'il faille abandonner. So, il faille is the indicative of il faut.
Ah,
Sorry, subjunctive of il faut.
Je crains qu'il faille.
oh.
He has to. Je, je crains qu'il faille abandonner.
Right. And therefore, je crains, again, is doubt and uncertainty, which is followed by subjunctive. But as it happens, il faut abandonner is the il faut que. So it's a bit of a twist. Diana,
Ah,
we see you and we hear you.
yeah.
Good news.
Oh, yes, we see you.
It's crazy actually, because I suddenly realized that you could see the blank space
Yeah,
with me on it, with my name there,
yeah.
which I must get Brooks put on. I don't know why he didn't do that when he changed the computer. Anyway, you saw the blank space. So when I clicked on to get rid of it, the blank space went. So I thought the video's obviously on Zoom. And then I thought, the camera's not on the computer. And all I had to do was pull the camera out at the top.
Oh,
It was
oh.
the computer camera that was tucked in behind the screen. It's just at the top there, and you pull it out.
How did you find that out then?
It just occurred to me.
Ah,
It occurred to me because on the Zoom it said the camera was on.
you're right, right.
Mm.
And then I suddenly thought, I was in
Oh.
bed one night and I thought, it's the camera on the computer. So I pulled it out and here I
Wow,
am.
here you
Oh,
are. Fantastic, fantastic.
very good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so there we are.
How are things progressing?
Oh, je
Brian?
suis enrhumée aujourd'hui, malheureusement,
Ah,
parce que mon mari a quelque chose comme ça. Oui, enrhumé.
lui aussi est enrhumé.
Oui, et moi, oui, je crois.
Oh,
Mais j'ai un peu mal à la tête, mais c'est c'est pourquoi, mais c'est
C'est le rhume.
c'est le rhume, oui.
Oui.
mm.
Mais tu prends des antalgiques comme aspirine
Oui,
ou.
hier soir, mais
Mhm.
pas tout le temps, ce n'est pas nécessaire. Oui,
Ah,
je
si
pouvais
tu.
dormir, oui, je pouvais dormir, oui,
Oui, oui. Bon, très
oui,
bien.
oui. Mais c'est ouais, c'est oh, c'est un rhume de nez, oui,
Ah oui.
oui, oui, la tête, de la tête. Et
Ouais, ah oui, en anglais, c'est le rhume de la tête. Et en
c'est la
français,
tête
c'est le rhume du nez.
du nez. Ah oui,
Ah
oui,
oui, oh,
ah
c'est
oui.
We don't
Ah,
say, we just say un rhume.
un rhume.
Whereas in English, we say a head cold.
So I should raise myself up. Am I going down or oh, not make any? Don't know which way it goes. No, just
I don't think turning doesn't really do anything, does it?
you should raise it. Yeah,
No,
it's
but
what.
there's a
Oh,
lever
Levy.
under the seat.
I don't think we got one. Yes, we have. Yeah, gone down.
Oh, no, stand up and pull the lever.
Stand up. Ooh, that's better.
Yeah.
That's
Ah,
better.
yeah. That's much better.
Yeah.
So, nous
Je suis
étions.
dans la chambre de mon fils, mais maintenant,
D'accord.
Ah,
il dort et lui et sa femme dort ici.
Quand il
Mais
visite.
c'est la chambre de mon fils. Oui.
Hmm.
Maintenant, parce que c'est l'ordinateur est là. Oui.
Ah, d'accord. Oui, oui. Ah, très bien.
Donc, subjonctif. Ah, ah.
Oui, on est en train de faire une petite révision du subjonctif, mais on ne fait pas la différence, on ne fait pas l'étude du
Ah,
subjonctif ou de l'indicatif, mais ça revient de temps en temps. Et on a vu le subjonctif présent. Je crois que Diana, tu n'as pas trop de problème là-dessus. Et puis, il y a le subjonctif passé. Oh là là, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Alors, quelque chose qui se passe dans le passé, c'est tout simple. Et par exemple, je ne crois pas qu'elle ait acheté ces véhicules. Alors, c'est avec l'auxiliaire être ou avoir,
oui.
excuse me, et indique que c'est une action incertaine ou supposée qu'elle soit réalisée dans le passé. Et alors, comme vous vous souvenez, le participe passé avec le verbe être sans être se conjugue avec en genre et en nombre avec le sujet, mais pas des verbes avec le auxiliaire avoir. Ça, c'était une autre leçon. Je suis monté, mais j'ai monté. Je suis monté, ou nous sommes montés. Nous sommes montés. Monter sera au pluriel. Mais j'ai monté les bagages ne se mettra jamais au pluriel.
Ah,
Le participe passé est invariable. Vous vous souvenez de ça? La maison.
là,
Et puis, alors, alors, on peut employer les verbes pronominaux, on emploie toujours le verbe être.
oui.
Les verbes pronominaux, c'est les verbes reflective verbs.
Ah,
Et puis, la voix passive, au subjonctif passé, on utilisera être. Je doute que tu aies été surpris par cette nouvelle.
tu sais. Ah,
Alors ça, c'est de nouveau. Si on s'adresse à une femme, je doute que tu aies été surprise.
OK.
Okay? Parce que c'est le verbe être, l'auxiliaire être. Mais vous vous souvenez encore, non? De tout ça. Ensuite, l'imparfait. Et alors là, ça, c'est plutôt, comme disait Christine, c'est plutôt de la forme écrite. S'emploie en littérature. Moi, j'aime bien employer ça à l'oral aussi, mais that's me. C'est un peu plus compliqué, mais
C'est regardé very old-fashioned.
it is a bit old-fashioned. and it's a little precious.
Ah, okay.
Yeah? Which makes me think of The Lord of the Ring. I can't remember the name.
Oh,
Mr. Precious.
oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
But yes, maybe he was expressing himself a little preciously.
Hmm.
I can't remember. I read the book. I don't think I haven't seen the film. Have you seen the film? Vous avez vu le film? Non.
No.
No, no,
Mais vous
no,
avez lu le livre?
no,
No.
no.
Ah, d'accord. Bon, c'est pas grave. Moi, j'aime beaucoup ce genre d'histoire parce que j'ai été élevé par une mère suédoise
Hmm.
et tout ce qui est un peu des petits personnages dans la forêt, les trolls, les gnomes, tout
Ah
ça.
oui, oui. Les trolls sont de Norvège, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, oui.
Non, non, ils sont suédois.
Norvège, oui.
Non, ils sont suédois.
What?
Ah,
What?
What?
non.
Les trolls sont
La,
suédois.
la mère de
Oh,
Christine
ils sont,
était
ils sont
Ah, la
norvégienne.
mer.
de
Oui.
Norvège.
Non, mais
Norvège.
les
Les
trolls
trolls
sont
sont Norvège, n'est-ce pas?
Non, les
Oui,
trolls sont
oui.
suédois.
My gosh.
Là, on va tout
Et ta
droit
mère
Et
dans
est
blasphémie.
la mère de Christine. Oui,
Oui,
c'est
oui,
entre
oui, oui.
les deux,
Absolument.
suédois et
Absolument.
suédoise
Ouais,
norvégienne.
voilà, exactement. Et là, on voit tout de suite, c'est un peu comme l'Uruguay et l'Argentine. Euh, le fameux chanteur de tango, Carlos Gardel, je ne sais
Ah,
pas si vous connaissez.
non,
No.
non.
C'est un chanteur-compositeur de tango très connu.
Ah,
Et les Uruguayens disent qu'il est uruguayen. Les Argentins disent qu'il est argentin
Ah oui, oui.
parce que son origine est un peu floue. Mais en fait, il est français.
Il est français.
Enfin, il était français, oui.
Il est français.
Donc, oui, donc, de là à dire que les trolls ne sont ni suédois, ni norvégiens, mais français, il n'y a qu'à pas. C'est logique,
Typiquement.
typiquement français, n'est-ce
Oui,
pas?
absolument. Oui. Ah,
Ah oui, bon voilà. Donc, euh, les subjonctifs imparfaits euh, en is et as.
yeah.
Alors, il y a euh, des verbes qui sont complètement euh, indéfinissables et tout à fait différents. Par exemple, euh, le verbe venir.
Venir.
Venir. Alors, le verbe venir, ah oui, alors
Oui, oui,
ça c'est le
oui.
subjonctif plus que parfait.
Plus que parfait. Ouf.
Alors, il eût fallu qu'il vinsse, pour le savoir. Vince, il eût fallu qu'il vinsse. They should have come.
Oh,
Vince est plus que parfait,
Plus que,
devenir.
plus que parfait. Je veux
Devenir, oui.
devenir.
Ouais.
Yeah.
Et il y a
Plus que parfait.
blue
plus que
perfect.
Should
parfait,
have is future perfect, isn't it?
is plus perfect.
Blue perfect.
Blue
Yeah.
perfect.
Plus perfect, yeah.
Should have.
In other words, it's an action in the past before another action in the past.
Yeah.
Yes. I know what pluperfect is, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
Alors, je ne pensais pas qu'il eût rendu ses devoirs à l'heure. So, le subjonctif est ouais, mais employé en littérature. Si vous dites à l'oral, je ne pensais pas qu'il eût rendu ses devoirs à l'heure, ça devient, vous êtes classé un peu comme précieux et un peu dans le passé. Hein. Donc, ne vous en faites pas pour le subjonctif plus que parfait et pour le subjonctif imparfait. Vous ne vous en servirez pas beaucoup. Même pas du tout. Ça va? On quitte
Oui,
le subjonctif? Ça va?
oui.
Bah, le son de imparfait est masse. Est masse.
Ah oui.
Ils le sont. Ils le sont bien. Est
Ça sonne bien.
masse. Est
Oui.
masse.
Il faut que, il fallait que, pardon, puisque nous sommes dans le passé.
Yeah.
Euh, Par exemple, je ne pensais pas qu'il fût. Alors là, ça c'est le être. C'est il fallait qu'il chantât une nouvelle chanson. Il fallait qu'il chantât. Alors, la plupart du temps, vous entendrez les gens dire il fallait qu'il chante une nouvelle chanson, ce qui grammaticalement n'est pas correct. Mais si vous employez le verbe correctement, il fallait qu'il chantât, on vous dira, mais vous, d'où venez-vous?
He, he should. He
De quel...
should.
He should have thought, sung.
A new song. Yeah.
Yeah,
He should have sung a new song.
yeah.
Ah, il fallait. Fallait is imparfait.
Oui, il fallait qu'il chantât. Donc, c'est
Ça-
toujours il faut que,
Il faut que, oui, il fallait, oui.
il fallait que, il chantât une nouvelle chanson.
Mhm.
Oh
Alors,
gosh.
on peut
Yeah.
prendre ça de deux manières, mais euh, je ne croyais pas qu'il bondit aussi haut.
Bondir,
I didn't think.
Bondir, c'est jump,
ça veut dire
Yeah.
jump.
jump.
Bound.
Ah,
As in
bondir.
bound. It's the same, isn't it?
Ouais.
Mm. Jump.
Yeah, I didn't think he would jump.
I've jumped so high.
Yeah.
So high,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Et puis, il y a les verbes du troisième groupe qui ont deux terminaisons. Et là, ça devient un peu compliqué.
Mm.
Plus compliqué.
Oui, oui. C'est beaucoup d'étudier.
Oui,
Yeah,
mais
yeah.
ne vous en faites pas. Vous ne vous en servirez pas. Ni de l'imparfait, ni du plus que parfait. Donc, no worries there.
Right.
Déjà, maîtriser le subjonctif, ça va. Ça vous suffira.
Oui.
OK. So, ceci dit, on va peut-être lire, on est toujours dans le demander, accepter, refuser.
Oui.
Ah, ah. Oh. Il faut chercher l'autre lunette
Ah,
pour lire.
c'est l'avantage d'avoir des lunettes bifocales.
Really.
Ah, euh, maintenant, on fait des lunettes multi. J'ai des lunettes multifocales.
Very focal. No?
Very
Yeah.
focal, yeah.
Non, non, ces lunettes, ces lunettes, c'est pour
L'ordinateur.
l'ordinateur.
Oui,
Et pour
Oh,
lire, l'autre lunette.
Ah,
oui,
d'accord.
Et pour
oh,
conduire,
oui.
Une autre paire.
l'autre, oui.
Ah ben, tu vois, avec une paire, celle-là,
ouais,
Oui,
je peux regarder de loin, je peux conduire,
de loin, oui, oui,
je regarde l'ordinateur et je
yeah,
peux lire.
yeah,
Mais il
oui,
faut faire attention à la position de la tête.
Oui, oui.
yeah.
Et ça marche bien.
oui, oui, c'est- les lunettes de mon mari est comme ça, oui,
Ah oui,
oui,
very focals.
very
Yeah,
focal.
yeah.
Donc, demander, accepter, refuser. On va prendre la page 54
Oui.
et je vous laisse lire tranquillement et me dire ensuite,
Tous les trois, oui?
c'est ça, 3, 4, 5.
OK.
Service technique, oui,
C'est ça, vous commencez là, et
oui.
puis ensuite une mission en perspective, et puis une réunion.
Ah oui, ah, tous les trois, oui.
Oui.
Ah, ah. Hmm. 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 Ah. Hmm.
So, how are you doing?
Well, sort of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's launch ourselves.
Okay.
Where do you have where do you have questions?
Well,
Everywhere.
Just
no,
certain,
sure, because the expressions.
yeah,
All our lines are occupied. We can't attend to your question for the moment.
Wait, don't
We're not
translate.
able to, yeah.
be so kind as
Please,
people.
would you please call,
Yeah.
would you call ultérieurement, later?
Later on?
Yeah, ultérieurement, later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
later.
Please call back later.
Please
Yeah.
call
Right.
back later, yes. Tu ferais peut-être mieux d'aller. You would be better,
off.
perhaps,
Yes.
if you went there directly.
Yeah.
Straight away, you went there straight, or went there.
If you went there. So
Yeah.
rather than hanging onto the
Directement.
telephone,
Yeah.
it'd
That's
be
right.
quicker
That's-
to actually go
That's
there.
what
Yeah.
to do if you want an appointment at the doctor. It's best
Yeah.
to just go there and do it.
That sort of thing. Yeah,
It's only
exactly.
down the road. Go there. Yeah. That would be much better.
Plus efficace.
Efficace.
Efficacious. Efficacious.
Yes,
Yes, but you wouldn't say
It'd be
that, would
more
you, in
useful.
English?
No, you wouldn't.
efficient.
You would say, yeah.
Would be
Yeah.
more efficient, or a better
Efficient.
use of your time.
Yeah.
Yes. I am not very well. It's not
Exactly
obviously.
that.
I'm not very warm, but I'm not very keen on the idea or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ah.
Pas très chaud is not. It's not particularly nice, but
Je ne
it's
suis pas
exactly
très
that.
chaud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
To queue for an hour.
Yeah.
To queue there for an hour, ça me tente moyennement.
Yeah.
Which is again the same meaning as je ne suis pas très chaud.
I'm not keen. Right.
I'm not keen.
Yes.
Ça me tente.
Okay.
I'm moderately tempted, but you wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
in English.
you wouldn't
Right.
say
Yeah.
yes. Doesn't appeal to me, or
Only-
Doesn't appeal. Yeah.
yes. It's really an equivalent, isn't it? When we
Well, it is really. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Si tu vois ce que je veux dire. If
So-
you see what I want to say.
No.
If you know,
What I mean.
If
you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean. Yes,
exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Sorry, I'm doing it literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bon,
no,
I
no.
will take my chance again. Or
Yeah.
might take the opportunity again. Yeah.
Bon. Well, actually, what's
What's
happening
bon?
here is bon.
Bon.
Well.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Bon.
Je tente ma chance à nouveau. In other words, I'm going to try again.
I'll risk it.
I'll
Yes.
risk it
Okay.
to
Yes.
call,
Okay.
to make the call again.
Right.
Non, je tente ma chance. À
Je
nouveau.
tente ma chance.
À nouveau.
Yes, I'll try. Yes.
Yeah.
And this time,
Service technique, Tom à votre service. Bonjour.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds
very
Yeah.
cheerful. So
Yeah.
this time, he, no, she. No, Arthur, it's a he.
Yeah. No, it's Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arthur gets through.
Yeah.
Yes. Bonjour, monsieur.
Gosh,
I'm calling because there is there has been there's an error. There's a problem with my
With
my machine, my
facture is the invoice.
invoice.
Ah,
Oh, invoice.
Facture
it's
is
an
invoice.
Oui, c'est la facture.
Ouais.
Oh, yes.
bien.
Oh, yeah.
Avec ma facture. And note that he doesn't say just bonjour, but he says bonjour, monsieur.
Yeah.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Yeah.
Mais oui, mais oui.
Even if Tom says, Tom, à votre service. You
Right.
can't say in
So you would
French.
say bonjour, Tom.
You
You
can't
could.
say hi, Tom.
That would be not well received.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
Because you haven't met, you don't know him.
No.
No,
So
but
you can't
people
call
do
him
that
by.
all the
It was
time.
his
They
name.
call me Diana, or they call me Eleanor, which is my first name, because they see that written, officially. And I say, who you talking? I've never met you. Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
I made a complaint about a delivery. Oh, have a nice evening, Diana.
Yeah.
But that is typically, that comes from the US.
Yes, it does. It's It's
because in the
transatlantic.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Oh.
It was how do you do?
Yeah, quite.
And the reply to that is,
do you do?
Very well, thank you.
No,
how do you do?
How do you do? How do you do?
Yeah, exactly. How do you do? How do you do? You're right.
How do you do?
Exactly.
How do you do? How do you do again?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a trend, though, to become less formal with people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very much so, yeah.
But what drives me nuts is when you're driving into Wales and some of the road signs as you arrive into Wales are in Welsh and in English.
Yeah.
So if it says caution, roadworks ahead, they tutoie you. So they say attention, faites attention, fais-toi attention.
Fais attention.
Fais attention.
Oh, in Welsh.
In Welsh, yes. So take care because it's so. It's like I don't want to be treated as a tutoyer, especially on a public notice like this.
But is that
that's for everybody, of course, yeah.
But is that because in Wales they're dropping the formal addressing people?
They're just trying desperately hard to be friendly and less formal. And I think it's ridiculous. It just sounds ridiculous for one
Would
thing.
you
see what you see in English, you is plural.
That's right.
You is vous.
Because thou is singular.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't use it.
Yeah. We dropped thou a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
But,
yes, many years ago. But I mean, yes, centuries ago. But I mean, that we are using the plural.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are using the vous.
So you don't have to differentiate.
No, not
you don't
in
have
English.
any on peut se tutoyer.
No.
We don't have.
In Welsh you do, so it's kind of.
In Welsh you do.
It's not always appropriately used, I don't think.
And not always well received.
And it's kind of like Diana says, they say, thank you, Diana, have a good evening.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I know that feeling because I don't always want to be addressed by my first name.
Oh, I don't,
Somebody that I don't know.
Yes, quite.
I mean, not somebody from a call center, certainly.
No.
When I was young, in Norway, it was always there was a differentiation between, the formal and the informal, and now it's all informal. And I remember once getting a letter from the bank. Hi.
Hi. Yeah.
Who do you think you're addressing? Hi. Hey.
Well, it would be hey.
Hey.
Yeah, in Swedish, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, hur mår du?
Hej då. Hej då.
Hej då.
Hej då.
Yeah,
I would change banks.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're probably all the blooming same.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they probably are, you see.
It's
Yeah.
not long ago. I was just listening to Radio 4 this morning, and they now do that. They address the person when they're saying, you know, the lecturer from Oriel College, whatever. Hi, John, who they obviously never met before.
No.
Well, not always.
No, but that depends, I think, on the age of maybe the
It depends on the journalist,
yeah, exactly.
because sometimes they know each other quite well.
Yeah, true.
In which case, yes,
That's
I can
different.
see that they can use.
That's different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would
otherwise,
say Professor so-and-so or something.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Mm.
Thank you, Professor Jones or whatever, you know.
yeah, exactly. But in French, there's no way.
Very rude.
You say either Monsieur, Madame, or you say first name, last name.
Ah, do you?
Yes. If I want to talk about the Prime Minister, I
Yeah.
can either say le Premier Ministre, which would be the best way of saying.
Yeah.
But then I can always mention him as Michel Barnier.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I never Barnier.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, because it reminds me of school days.
Yeah.
Where they address you as
Well,
your
Same.
last name.
Yeah.
Not your first name. They address you as a last
Always
name.
the surname.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Public
bon,
school,
Renaud,
yeah.
vous ne ferez jamais rien de bon. So
Mm.
I had a French teacher who was, I didn't like him, he didn't like me, so we got on terribly well.
It was mutual.
Yes. And so French went over my head.
Surely not.
Well, no.
Were you having equal problems with subjunctive? I'm sure.
Well, maybe. But the difference being that I didn't learn. I assimilated French.
Right.
Because we spoke French at home.
Right.
And my father spoke it rather well.
And your mother spoke it then? She didn't speak Swedish?
Yeah, but she didn't speak it too well either. No, she didn't speak it very well.
Yeah.
And she never lost her Swedish accent.
Yeah.
And they would say,
Ett, två, tre, fyra, fem.
So they would say, vous êtes suédoise.
Yeah.
And in her best French accent, she would say, pas du tout, je suis française.
Yeah.
So she couldn't help it.
They couldn't tell what my mother was because her accent was very sort of mixed.
Yes.
Oh.
Anyway, so facture.
Facture, oui. Receipt, invoice.
Invoice.
Yeah.
Si
Oui,
vous voulez bien.
monsieur, if you would kindly give me your client number.
Yeah. You don't sometimes you can go directly. Quel est votre numéro de client? But it would be more polite.
Si vous voulez bien.
Yeah, si vous voulez bien me donner. Yes, Cyril, you had a question.
No.
Alors, une mission en perspective.
En perspective. Bonjour.
So,
Would you allow me to
no. So, une mission en perspective, it means a possible forthcoming job. We don't say mission. We don't say mission. Do we in English?
Not
Oh,
really.
so you know you have a mission
Yeah.
statement, don't you?
Yeah.
But that's you do, but not for a job.
Yeah.
And
You have a
not-
mission, yeah. But a job is you'll have a job to
Job.
translate a book.
Yes.
In
Where
French,
are we?
A mission is something you aim for, really, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
But in French, mission is a job.
Where are we? Sorry.
Une mission en perspective.
Numéro 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Une mission.
Alors,
Une
mission
mission en perspective.
is a job,
a job. What the whole thing?
not a mission.
A prospect.
Not a mission. So
Yeah. En perspective, so une mission en perspective, a possible job.
It's like when your agent calls and asks you to do a self-tape.
Yes, quite. And you say no.
Well,
Do you have any sense at all?
oh, you can't
Yeah.
possibly say no.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Alors, bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour,
So,
monsieur.
so that's easy.
Monsieur,
Je me permets de. Je me
de
permets
vous
de.
contacter sur le.
Well, you
No.
wouldn't, in
I would
English,
like
you would say,
to.
no,
I am.
I'm taking the liberty of.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Je me permets.
On
I
Celine's
allow
advice.
myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Donc,
On Celine's advice, yes, I'm taking the liberty of contacting you.
yeah, exactly. Nous sommes en quête. Être en quête.
Céline Jaubert, no, not just Céline.
In the process of.
Yeah.
En quête.
On the quest.
Quest.
Or in pursuit of. So
No, it's in research of. We're looking for.
We're looking for enquête is quest. It's the English word quest.
Yes,
a quest.
Because your replies, the circumflex E is an S.
Exactly.
Exactly. Quest.
Yeah. So nous sommes en quête d'une.
We're all speaking French.
An interpreter Greek. Je connais quelqu'un comme ça, grec en français.
Grec en français.
Oui. Elle est traductrice.
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 Oui.
Elle est traductrice grec et français. Oui.
Ah, d'accord. Ah, oui. Alors, nous sommes en quête.
Le père est anglais et la mère est française et le père était travaille en Grèce comme oh God, the person who represents a country.
Oh, an ambassador. Or
Ambassador en Grèce.
Ah, d'accord.
En Grèce, oui. Elle est ambassadeur.
Yeah.
Ambassadeur britannique.
Ambassadeur en Grèce. Et c'est pourquoi sa fille parle
grec.
Et français, oui, et anglais.
Oh,
oui.
fantastique.
Okay.
Elle est traductrice.
Elle est traductrice.
Oui.
Très bien. Alors, c'est du Ias ou Tikanis.
Tikanis?
Tikanis. Comment vas-tu en grec?
Oh!
Comment vas-tu? Ah, oui. Efaristo. Paragallo.
Poli paragalo.
Paragallo.
Rencontrez-moi, si ça vous intéresse. Nous aimerions vous rencontrer. So there again,
we would very much, we would
like to
meet.
Yeah.
Si toutefois, so there is a condition. Should you be interested?
Should you be interested?
Alors, it's insisting, because you could also say, si cela vous intéresse. But your making sure that the C is understood.
Yeah.
And then you add toutefois,
Oh.
if nevertheless you're interested.
Ah,
So in English, we would,
What is nevertheless, is it?
yeah, so in English, we would invert it. Nevertheless, if you're interested.
Yeah.
So if you're not interested, don't worry. Alexis, oui, tout à fait. Tout à fait is an expression you hear very often.
yeah.
And some people use it to say yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could say, yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Ce pain est délicieux. This bread is delicious. And instead of saying yes, you say tout à fait.
Tout à fait.
Okay.
Tout à fait.
And I know somebody who uses it all the
Too
time,
Too much.
and it gets annoying.
Yeah.
Right.
And I say, yeah, tout à fait, tout à fait.
My grandson, mon petit-fils,
Mon petit-fils, oui.
mon petit-fils, il dit en anglais, basically,
Oh God,
all
yes.
the time.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Back to the roots.
Yeah.
Back to basics.
Yeah.
Je suis occupé à l'instant, so I'm busy right now. And there again, a polite formula. Auriez-vous l'amabilité de me rappeler?
Yes, would you be so kind as to call me in a, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
Alors, une dizaine.
In 10 minutes.
in
In
10
about
minutes,
10 minutes.
yes.
Yeah, in 10 minutes time.
Is une dizaine in this case, would that mean in about?
Yeah,
Right.
it's in about 10
Not
minutes.
exactly. It's not an exact.
No.
No, don't,
Yeah.
because then you say D.
Yeah,
You say
exactly.
10 minutes, and if you want to say 10 minutes, that is more precise than une
Precise.
dizaine.
Yeah.
Une
Yes,
dizaine
dizaine.
is pretty vague.
Yeah, ish. It's ish, isn't
Ish,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, ish.
And the exception to that is douzaine. Douzaine is 12.
12, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
not
how is that
more
exact?
or less.
Oh, it's still exact.
Une douzaine
Then is a dozen.
is a dozen. Yeah.
Dozen. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And 13 à la douzaine, where
What's that?
you're buying some eggs from the farmer,
Yeah.
and you say, alors, une douzaine d'œufs, je vous donne une douzaine d'œufs, et you say 13 à la douzaine, so you're negotiating a 13th egg.
Baker's dozen. It's
for
called
free.
a baker's dozen.
Yeah, baker's
Right.
dozen. Exactly.
Mm.
It's baker's dozen.
Right.
13 à la douzaine. And you use that everywhere where there is dozen. And you can also use it as an image to, if somebody exaggerates a little bit,
And
you say, ah bon, 13 à la douzaine?
really?
It's an image to say, come on, you're exaggerating.
Right. And is that used quite often?
Yeah, it depends. It's very much a personal choice.
Yeah.
I like the image of it, so it's
Yeah.
I use it. Alors, so
Oh, so he's accepted?
Alors,
Or has he
Madeleine is
accepted?
very impatient.
Has he accepted?
Has he
Has he
accepted?
agreed?
Yeah.
right.
Il ne
Il ne
Il
s'est
ne
pas
s'est pas
fait
fait
prier.
prier. He is not.
Se faire prier is to to ask. He said yes immediately without arguments, without.
He's not ready to.
No.
So,
He is ready.
but what about
No,
the
il ne
but
sait
it's
pas.
the negative?
Yeah.
Negative.
Se
Yeah.
faire prier. Se faire prier is to please beg, is to beg. I beg you. Je te prie.
De faire.
Et se faire prier,
Oh.
it's not something we use in English, but
It's to beg.
Yeah.
he didn't ask to be begged.
Right.
If
How
you-
would you translate that? He wasn't that keen.
No, he was keen.
He was, but he said
Se faire
he's
faire
very
prier.
busy. He's
But it's
very
a
busy
negative.
at the moment.
It's
Yeah.
a negative.
Yeah, he just
No,
said,
mais se
No.
faire-
Je suis occupé à l'instant. I'm busy
l'instant,
at the
it means-
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, but that is at the moment when you want to talk to me about it. I can't right now. So this is careful. Je suis occupé à l'instant.
Oui, I'm busy at the moment. Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
busy right now. So
Ah,
please
Yeah.
call me back.
would you be so kind as to call me in about 10 minutes? Yes.
Oh,
So-
right. I'm looking at the wrong
Yes.
thing. No wonder I
And
didn't
then a
understand.
bit between Madeleine and Leo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo is saying I think he's jumping the gun a bit, but never mind. He's saying, yeah, I didn't have to insist. Se faire prier is
You said beg before.
Yeah, but it's
yes, I didn't have to beg to make him agree, accept.
or is it he wasn't begging?
No, se faire prier.
He,
I know. Il ne.
il ne
Yeah.
sait pas
So
faire
how does that
prier.
work, that one? So il ne sait pas faire prier.
Uh-huh,
Yes.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's something we don't. That is the passive. If you think passive form, but it's not a form we would use in English.
Right,
To
I'll make sure I
express
never
that.
use it in French either, because I don't please.
But se faire prier. Se faire prier. Let's take it one step at a time. Se faire prier is
to beg you.
I begged him to accept.
But il ne sait pas prier. He
Alors.
wasn't begging.
No, I didn't have to beg.
But where's the I? It says il ne.
Il ne se faire prier. So
Yeah.
se faire prier.
Yeah, so then it would be je sais.
No,
No.
he
The eel
It's-
does
it's
refer
It's
to
reflective.
the man.
Se
The
faire
eel
prier.
refers to the situation.
Se
Okay.
faire prier is the reflective form.
reflexive.
So
But yeah, but even so, il, why
Yeah,
il?
exactly. Why
il, because in English you wouldn't approach it that way. You would say, I didn't have to beg him.
Yeah, I get that. But
Se
then why
faire
is
prier,
it je?
se faire prier is to be begged.
It's the situation of having to beg or not is referred to by the eel.
Right.
So
I see. Okay. It
rather
was
than
not
the
yeah.
person
Oh yeah.
It
So
was not something
it was not necessary
Very-
to beg him.
to beg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Ah.
Okay.
So it's it rather than he.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
It, yeah.
Oh, so to se faire
I mean-
prier is to beg someone else or to.
Yes, no. To
I mean, how would you translate that phrase?
se faire prier is to be begged, but something we can't say in English.
Right. Okay.
To be begged.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds-
yes. Well, I don't know if I'll
We
ever
say
Sounds
we
quite
use have to
extraordinary.
be asked twice or something. It's very
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it. I don't
No,
think.
but it's the same.
He-
I didn't have to ask him twice.
yeah.
Which is the equivalent meaning
Right.
de se
Exactly.
faire prier.
Il avait fait la sourde oreille.
Contrairement à Yanis,
Unlike Yanis,
unlike Yanis.
Oh,
qui avait
yes.
fait la sourde.
Who's deaf.
Who is quite deaf
He's a-
ear.
La sourde oreille. Ah.
Who's got deaf ears, yes.
Yeah.
And a deaf ear.
Yeah.
Faire la sourde oreille is to decide not to listen.
To hear,
Ah.
yeah.
It's not that he can't hear.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to. He turns a deaf. Will you say you turn a deaf
He-
ear to?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You turn a deaf
He
ear.
turns a deaf ear to. Or he turns a deaf ear.
Yeah.
Right. Alors, faire la sourde oreille, c'est to turn a deaf ear.
Yeah.
Une réunion.
Madame.
Yeah.
Madame.
Suite à votre
So
courrier.
Madame wrote a letter.
After
Yeah.
following
Following
your,
your
Suite à votre
email.
courrier.
Your
Courrier
email?
is
not message.
your letter.
Oh, is it? Right.
Oh,
Un courrier is a letter.
Is it, but it's specifically a business letter? Is it a
letter or-
and
No,
why isn't it une lettre? So why isn't it une lettre?
could be equivalent.
Okay.
Je vous envoie, you could say, je vous envoie une lettre,
Yeah.
or je vous envoie un courrier.
Okay. Right.
In other words, I'm sending you something written.
Right. So if I'm writing to my mother, for example,
Mhm.
could I use either one?
Either, yeah.
Okay.
we'd say
J'écris-
lettre,
j'écris-
wouldn't we?
Oui.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we would.
c'est
let's
plutôt-
face it, we would
Yeah,
use
yeah,
it.
we wouldn't use courrier. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
why
but,
should we?
You would use j'écris une lettre,
Yeah. I've
mais
written,
j'envoie un courrier.
I'm sent.
So you write a letter, but you send a letter.
Right. I see.
In English, it's the same word, but
Right.
in French, there's a difference. One is the fact of sitting down and taking a pen and writing it. J'écris une lettre et j'envoie un courrier.
We-
You wouldn't say je vous écris un courrier. You would say je
Right.
vous envoie un courrier.
Yeah.
So, following your letter,
Further to your letter.
further to your letter, we would hope to meet you.
Wait.
Yeah.
We are aware
That
Que vous vous déplacez fréquemment.
you are
you often
on the move.
You're on the move, yeah. You move, you travel
Yeah.
fréquemment.
often, yes, or
Yeah.
frequently,
Yeah, frequently.
Yeah.
but
Mais seriez-vous
Seriez-vous en mesure de could you?
would you be
Would you be able to come to our offices next month?
Yeah, exactly.
hey?
That's exactly it.
Yeah. We
Seriez-vous en mesure? It's a sort of ultra polite way of saying it.
right? Nous serions
yeah. See, are we ever going to use the expressions like this since we don't deal in office jargon?
Yes, you would, because you use it outside the office as well.
Oh, you do, right?
Yeah.
So it's
You
not
do,
a
right.
It's the
formalized.
polite way.
Okay.
So who,
When you want the plumber to come,
I see.
it would be slightly precious, but possible. You ask the plumber, suivez-vous en mesure?
Listen, I've asked you 3 times.
Yes.
if you were inviting friends to dinner, would you use it in that context?
You would use
visiter
seriez-vous disponible?
disponible, you would say. then.
Yeah.
Disponible, yes, we've had that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriez-vous
Ou
disponible?
pourriez-vous?
Pourriez-vous
Yeah.
venir chez moi?
Because you're addressing friends. It's not
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing very formal. Unless you write to the President of the Republic, but
I don't think that's likely somehow.
No, no, but no.
Yeah, you're right.
nous vous saurions gré de
Yeah.
bien vouloir.
We would.
So there is another one of those
Sorry,
But we
French.
look forward to seeing you. Is it?
we would be. Would you kindly confirm?
Okay.
Would oh God.
This is a typical
Oh,
French.
yes.
Nous vous savoir gré is a very polite form, slightly old-fashioned.
Grey. What does grey mean in this?
Grey, yes. Why grey?
It's Old French for grateful.
Oh, right.
Oh, so really?
We'd be extremely grateful to see you.
Right.
To see.
And not extremely, because this is
An instruction.
no, but
No.
it's
If you would confirm
from an
your
English point of view.
availability.
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
an English
we'd be
point of view,
grateful if you would.
it's over egging the pudding. But from a French point of view, it's just the polite form.
So we'd be grateful if you would confirm whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Your availabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And there it's interesting to see the difference between the English approach here, which is a bit more direct,
Yes.
than the French approach, which is quite circumvoluted.
right.
Yes. It is. Nous nous vous prions d'agréer. That's like the end of a letter, isn't it? Yeah, it is a letter.
Yes.
Madame de nos
Yeah.
salutations distinguées.
Yeah.
But that's just a standard, very formal,
Wait,
official.
nos salutations distinguées is that
You're
is
sincere.
quite modern.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is it? But it sounds much.
it's much more
It's
direct.
much more. It's not yours sincerely.
Right.
It's
No.
much more formal than yours sincerely, and
Okay.
it's more like yours faithfully. I would have
Faithfully.
thought.
Right.
Yes.
Yours faithfully. But
Right.
I mean, I know it's a long phrase for an end of a letter. Yes.
yes. I mean, if you want end of letters, when I first started working in London,
Yeah.
I was using the French form,
Right.
and the secretary I was dictating to fell off a chair laughing.
Sure.
And she said, "No, you can't do that in English."
No, you'd put yours faithfully if you didn't know someone. If you used their name, if you used
Yeah.
dear sir or madam,
Yes.
Yeah.
dear sir or madam,
Yeah.
you'd put perhaps yours faithfully, but otherwise you would, if you put the name, you'd
Yours
put yours
sincerely.
sincerely,
Yes.
and that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
now
not in
you
French.
say what the hell you like. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quite.
You
And
never say
what
that.
yes.
I know.
What is interesting in French, you could give the polite closing sentence
Yeah.
infinitely nuances,
Yeah.
and you could even be insulting
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
wanted to,
Yes. Yes, you could take it
in a
that
very
way as
polite
well.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a way, it's a pity it's lost because
Yeah.
it's
It is.
really saying
Yes,
what you want in detail.
It's actually very difficult now, and you know that's why sometimes it's always easier to talk to people on the phone because you don't get that nuance. You don't get people can take offense at something you say
Yes,
because they take it literally,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yet if you
But-
speak to them, they would hear something different.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And it so sometimes I say, well, don't do that. Just phone them up. Just speak.
yes.
Because you can
And
get it wrong and you can make a joke and somebody's humor, they just don't
Right.
get it
Yeah.
and they think you're being literal. It's
Yeah.
very difficult, actually, that.
Yeah.
Unless you know
And
them very well
is.
and you know
I
how they're going to
agree.
take it.
yeah,
Agree.
but I think in today's world, everything is taken literally, and it's a pity without
It
thinking.
is. Yes, it
And
is.
and
See, you've got so much, you've
you
got
got
so much in English that you know, you've got the whole thing of play on words and
Yeah.
the sort of slight
and
sarcasm, which is
the
not, you know,
sarcasm.
and
Yeah.
yes, and you know, you can't take those literally, you can't.
No.
And if people do, it's
Yes. The
you know,
irony is
they
low.
think you're being offensive. Yeah.
Yeah, and you are always going to offend somebody along the
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So
particularly when you do it on email, that's why I say sometimes it's just good to talk to people because
Yeah.
they can hear the difference. And
Yeah.
you can also tell them why, you know, and you can explain.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's interesting, but a lot of nuances, a lot of thinking in human relations has been lost
Yeah.
because people take things literally.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that comes from the US.
Yeah. It does.
It's like children. I read an interesting article the other day about the difference between there were American couple with a child in France, and the difference between the US and France. And the US, it's the child king and all that, but
Yeah.
France is getting there as well.
Oh God, is it really?
Oh,
It's awful, I think.
but
Yeah.
it's you see it in public transport.
Oh, you do.
The mother is standing and
I
the
know.
child is sitting.
What are they
Yeah.
teaching their children? What are they teaching their children? It's crazy.
It's crazy because the child ends up without any framework,
Yeah.
and
And entitled.
and now we have a few generations of children who are completely lost.
Are you saying that in France that is the case, or are you
I can
saying
see it.
Here,
I
I've
can
seen
see
it
it in
here
France.
on the
I
bus.
can
no,
see
here
it.
I see it everywhere.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see it on the bus.
in the UK, I see it everywhere,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and beginning to see it in France as well,
Oh
but
God, how
less so.
disappointing.
There's the other thing with the children when they're
Unbelievable.
pushing a buggy and they're on the phone all the time.
Oh God, I know.
And you
Yeah.
think, excuse me, why are you pointing
Why?
this out, pointing that out, talking to the child,
Quite.
you
They
know?
don't talk to them.
No,
I know, you
Yeah.
know, I was always doing that to my children, you know, look at that, look at this, look at the other.
Exactly, and that's the way they learn. They learn human
That's
relations.
right.
They,
And they're just mothers on the phone talking to
yeah,
somebody
I
else, and the
know.
child is just
They're insane.
dumb.
yeah, and the child is just an appendix.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, pushing the
yeah.
child and on the phone all the time.
I know. I know.
So it's
The child can't learn.
Of
No.
course, they can't learn that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
And it's communication.
yeah,
and also the child ends up without a framework, without
yeah, yeah.
so he doesn't know he's lost. He will do what he wants when he wants.
Yeah.
Without any discipline.
Yeah. And no
he-
consideration. That's
and
the
therefore,
awful thing.
and also no consideration for
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Depressing.
it is depressing,
Mm.
but the pendulum will swing all the way, and in
So,
3 or 4 generations, it will swing back.
yeah.
We won't be
No,
there
we
to
won't
see
be
it.
here.
Yeah. Oh,
You've
shit.
lived so long.
Rats. But anyway,
Yeah.
on that happy note,
We had
I would-
somebody in our family who was not related to us, but spent a huge amount of time with us, and he was, as he would put it, he was very deaf, and he would call it spastic. Now, you know, whatever that is.
No, you can't say that now.
No, I know you can't say it, but his answer to everything was, "Oh well, soon be dead. Oh well, soon be dead." So I now
Soon be dead.
saying that all the time. Oh well, soon be dead.
Right. Well, that's no reason to give up.
There's
No
nothing
reason
like
to
a
give up on
positive attitude to
Yes.
life.
No reason to. You mustn't give up. Mustn't give up.
No,
Oh God.
give up.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Go and do
Okay.
my exercises with my husband now. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Or his exercises as well. Yeah, with him.
Ok.
Okay.
À la semaine
Ok.
prochaine.
À la semaine prochaine.
prochaine.
Au revoir.
Merci. Merci.